Headbangers, what's going on? Metalheads, thrashaholics, whatever the hell you are. Yeah, how's it going? There's a new Godflesh song out, and in a couple seconds, we are gonna listen to it. I can say with full honesty that never in my entire life have I ever listened to a Godflesh song. People have described them before as like kind of industrial, and that's like not really my thing. I know very, very little industrial music. I know Ministry, Thrill Kill Cult, Lords of Acid, Real Macro, fucking who else? Electric Hellfire Club, Janet. Yeah, so I mean, it's like I know some, but it's just not really my thing. And I was always really surprised to hear certain bands that like I did follow for a long time, and I did like cite Godflesh as like big influences, such as Converge. Converge always kind of sung Godflesh's praise. All right, so I saw they had a new song out, and I was like, you know what? Like, let me check it out. Maybe there's a chance I might like it. So, fuck it. All right, this is Nero off of the, well, it's out there. It's a single. So fucking A, here we go. Here's Nero by Godflesh. Sounds kind of lo-fi, I think there's a video for this that I saw, and I'm gonna embed that if I can in something. Yeah, I get there, like, you know, kind of industrial flavored sort of thing. Wasn't ready for that. Can't tell what he's saying. Ministry a little bit, kind of like Filth Pig. I had Psalm 69 that had Filth Pig, and like honestly, I think I like Filth Pig more than Psalm. That's just me. I don't know if that's like regarded as like okay. I don't know if in like Ministry's world of fandom, like, Filth Pig is regarded as like shit or something. I like it. Kind of reminds me of the stuff on Danzig 5 at times, you know? What's the song? Lillin, yeah. I couldn't remember the name. Lillin. It's kind of a slower sort of like. This is faster than Lillin, but. Like some malfunctions or falls or something like that when I'm doing these. Fuck. Sorry. Feeling of like, you know, sort of some kind of like impending doom or like know, shit's not good. Is that a loop right there? Is that like... I mean, it's like, you know, industrial, electronically driven music, so... Yeah, this right now, this makes you feel like uneasy, makes you feel like, you know, anxious and stuff like that. Although I think the scariest sounding band I've ever heard is probably Primitive Man. Well, yeah, that was Nero by Godflesh, the latest single. You know what? I don't like criticizing bands' music. I don't, you know, because, like, if there's something that, like, I don't like, the way I sort of chalk it up is it's not for me, you know? It's not my thing. And, like, if I was to try to fucking pull something out of my ass and everything and say, like, you know, ooh, it was, like, you know, repetitive or something like that. Like, number one, who the fuck am I to say anything about, like, yeah, I know I can have an opinion and everything, but, like, if something doesn't really jive well with me, it's just, then that's it right there. That's it. I don't see any need or use in, you know, trying to shit all over it, or, like, I swear to God, a lot of the times reviewers, you know, when they cut something up, wicked fucking, like, you know, they're just, swear to God, 90% of the time, they're just, like, jacking off with, like, literary fucking gymnastics, all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, see, there's an example right there. Somebody out there thought of, like, literary gymnastics. I've heard that before. Even if it's not something that I love and I'm gonna go back to, I still have great admiration for the fact that they're, like, putting out music and performing, and even if they're not performing, they're just, like, they're recording stuff, they, like, planned and wrote and arranged and all that kind of stuff, and, like, that's really hard to do, and it's even fucking harder to gain any sort of a following, you know what I mean? So for that reason, I just never feel right about, like, criticizing bands' music and stuff, you know? It's just not my, yeah, there you go, that's just not my thing. Anybody else out there, maybe there's some people that take a ton of pleasure in, you know, shitting on other bands, or even if they're not shitting on other bands, they're just, like, you know, kind of dissecting it or cutting it up in a way that's very critical and stuff, and they get pleasure out of it. All right, fine, you know, that's cool. But me, I don't know. But, like, you know, so I was listening to that, and I was thinking about, there were some moments in that song, like I said, it sort of reminded me of Lillin on Danzig's 6. Definitely songs on Black Sabbath, but, like, on 6, Lillin, right? And you know what, like, I took from it, when I just realized in this moment, I was like, you know, you are kind of like a doomaholic yourself. You like slow, and I mentioned that, I hinted that there may have been some, like, repetition in that song, but you know what, so what though, because listen to Dope Smoker, like, there's 100 million times of, like, you know, like, repetition in that same riff over and over again. I love that. That might be, you know, one of those island albums for me, you know? Oh yeah, so kind of like, I'm listening to that, I'm thinking about the song Lillin, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, Danzig 5, Danzig 6, that was Glenn, you know, trying his hand in industrial and stuff, but it sounded kind of doomy, it sounded kind of sludgy, as is very characteristic of sludge and doom, but, like, the guitar tones were pretty, like, caustic and, pretty industrial sounding, you know? That was making me think, like, does something like industrial doom exist? Is that, like, a thing, you know? If anybody out there knows, like, please, you know, let me know, because it sounds interesting. Yeah, all right, well, that's that, man, you know? I think that if you like Godflesh, if you like bands that sound like that, you might love that. I know that there's a lot of people out there who, you know, it is their thing, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for Godflesh, and fucking A, right? All right, well, yeah, there you go. If you liked the video, maybe you give it a thumbs up. If you just like hearing somebody bullshit about metal, yeah, hit the subscribe button, right? All right, keep banging that head and stay fucking metal. All right.